Hello, this is Matt from tracyandmatt.co.uk, and if you're familiar with our videos and you've seen some more of them, you'll know that these white boxes that we often get typically mean only one thing, and that is a new phone from HTC, and indeed this time is no different. We have the HTC Windows Phone 8S, so we're going to just take a quick look at it here right now. So handset here, the red one, available in blue, silver, and I believe also yellow. This isn't a full retail package, obviously, as is given away by the plain white box, but retail packaging should be reasonably similar in terms of size and the stuff you get in the box, but it's subject to change. So let's also have a look at what is in the bottom of the box. We have the charger, and this is a typical HTC design with the USB socket on top. It just plugs into the wall. That goes along with, let's open this one up. It goes along with the cable, which is a USB to micro USB standard, sync charge type of cable. And then finally, let's open this up. We have the wired headset, so 4-pole, 3.5mm jack, and there is a small inline microphone with a push button, design of which has changed a little bit lately, as have the actual headphones themselves. These are the sort of in-ear style earphones, and this is obviously a wired headset. As I say, the design's changed a little bit recently, and we have this new flat cable. And the best thing, well, the thing about the flat cables is it doesn't tangle quite so easily, and that's kind of the idea of the design. And that's why many manufacturers of headphones and headsets and that kind of stuff have gone to the flat cable. According to the spec I have here, in terms of when it comes to retail, it will come with actually a Beats Audio headphones or headset. I don't think that, well, this doesn't appear to be. This is just kind of a bog standard wired headset, but apparently Beats Audio on the full retail. So taking a look at the handset now, let's just peel off this bit on the front, which is in the way. There we go. So yes, this is an interesting red design. As I say, it's available in sort of other colours as well. Blue certainly, silver I believe, and a few others, which will obviously confirm. So taking a look around the handset first and foremost, on the front, here at the top we have the loudspeaker, or the speaker rather, for when it's being used as a phone. The display is a 4-inch touchscreen, a 480 by 800 pixel touchscreen. As I say, 4-inch, it's a Super LCD display, capacitive touch, and supporting 16 million colour arrangement. Below that we have the capacitive touch buttons, back, Windows button, and the search button. Pretty standard again for the Windows Phone handsets. On the bottom we have the micro USB connector for sync and charge, and next to that a little tiny hole which is the microphone. Taking around to the left hand side, absolutely nothing at all to see, but you can see the nice styling of the handset and how sort of curved and smooth the back is. That just means it feels a lot smaller and lighter in the palm of your hand, and it just makes it a little bit nicer to hold with that really curved back, so it's kind of cool. On the top we have the power button and the 3.5mm headphone or headset connector, so you can use the supplied headset or indeed your own headphones. On the right hand side we have, I think that's going to be a dedicated camera button by its placement, and up and down volume control. On the back, very straightforward, a 5-megapixel autofocus camera with LED flash there as well, which is pretty straightforward, and the back is quite clean. You see the Beats Audio logo on the bottom and a large grill along the bottom there as well, which is actually the loudspeaker. So the arrangement's quite nice there now. So in order to get inside, it's a case of popping the bottom little red cover off, which is a little bit easier said than done. Let's see if we can pop a nail in there and pop the bottom cover off. So in the bottom here we have space for micro SD memory card. Micro SIM goes in here as well. And the back cover looks like it, yes indeed, appears to have the antenna in the actual bottom cover as well, picking up on those little connectors there. But that's how we get inside. You'll notice that the battery is fixed. We can't actually use or replace the battery, so there we go. Let's just give that a quick wipe down while we turn the power on. And there we go. Wait for that to power up. Let me run down the rest of the spec for you. So it's quad band for GSM, dual band for HSDPA. It's going to work most countries if you take it abroad and roaming and that kind of stuff. Dimensions 120.5 millimeters tall. It's 63 millimeters wide, and at the widest, thickest point, it's 10.3 millimeters. Feels quite light, and indeed it is 113 grams, so quite lightweight. And again, the design of the back being curved such as it is means that it does feel a bit lighter and a bit easier to hold than perhaps other squarer handsets available on the market. 480x800 display we've already mentioned, Super LCD 4-inch, 223 or 233 pixels per inch density, with Gorilla Glass on the front there as well. Micro SD on the inside, supported up to 32 gigabyte. There's 4 gig of internal memory or storage, not all of which is available to the user because of the phone operating system itself. There's 512 meg of RAM, and the processor is a dual-core Qualcomm 1.1 gigahertz Crate processor. There's an Adreno 305 GPU there as well. You've got accelerometers, proximity sensors, and G sensors and all that kind of stuff in. The browser supports HTML5. There's GPS with assisted GPS and GLONASS technology as well. The Bluetooth is 3.1, supporting A2TP and EDR. And I think pretty much that's kind of covered the basics of the hardware. Oh, and the battery is a lithium polymer 1700 milliamp hour battery, but that is non-user replaceable. The 5 megapixel camera on the back does record 720p and supports geotagging as well. So that's the setup. So let's go in and let's get started. We'll set up in English with no SIM card installed. Yes, we accept that. We accept the terms of use. We'll do the recommended setup on the phone. So United Kingdom. Although strangely, knowing that I'm in United Kingdom, it still offered me different time zone. There we go. There we go. UTC. That will do us. Next. Actually, I must say that the capacitive screen is extremely sensitive, as it should be. I'll sign in later for the Life in Sync. So, little icons, a row of dots along the top, indicating that it's still setting up, which takes a little while to do. Initial reaction to the screen is that it's one that is quite easy to read and fairly high res. It seems that HTC have managed to squeeze the LCD very close to the actual glass of the screen as well, so that does make it a little bit easier to read. And 480x800 is, well, it's not the highest of resolutions, obviously. There are much higher resolution displays out there. It's quite bright and quite easy to read there as we wait for that to set up. Okay, as you'll notice by the time up in the corner there, I've actually stopped and started recording because it took almost 5 minutes to actually complete that initial setup. Bear in mind that is just a one-off, the first time you power the phone on and set everything up, so it isn't the same every time you turn the phone on. So let's get through here. We're all set up, we're all done. So we have a familiar tile arrangement as we've seen with other Windows Phone devices, since Windows Phone 7. And so we have the tiled arrangement, pretty straightforward as you see there. Obviously this can all be customized. You can change the color scheme and everything else. Matching the red, which is I guess kind of an obvious thing, but the red tiles matching the red phone, it's quite cool. And the red arrangement I think is quite fetching. I guess you're not gonna, I think maybe an Arsenal phone. So if we have a look through here, we can see all of the other things in here: alarms, calculators, camera, HTC, and so on. So we're going to pop into settings, and we're just going to go and turn on the Wi-Fi. Well, it actually is on, but we're just going to go and join a Wi-Fi network, which we're going to do here. As you can see, pops up the pretty straightforward and standard QWERTY keyboard. Let's go and see how well that types. Okay, indeed the keyboard works quite well, as one would expect, and we have immediately connected to our Wi-Fi network, so that's kind of good. Let's just pop back out of here and go back into this menu so we can see what else is in here. So you've got your phone, and just take a quick look at that. it's going to tell me there's a SIM error, but there we go. So you have your dial pad, pretty straightforward and easy to use. And we have your call history. You got voicemail spooler down the bottom there as well, and people. So you actually have all your contacts in there as well. Having not set anything up, nothing in there at the moment. You got your office applications here. So you got your Places and SkyDrive, Office 365, your Word, PowerPoint, and Excel there. And yeah, it just kind of wraps around. Incidentally, you get 7 gig of free SkyDrive storage with the handset. We have our Google Maps, which we'll just pop into. Now our location. Let's see if that brings that up. Which it may not do. We are indoors. I know it's doing something. There we go, loading. Yep, pretty well, reasonably accurate. So let's pick that up. So that's yeah, despite being indoors, that's done quite well. It might be using the Wi-Fi to actually assist that there. We have our camera, and absolutely nothing to test it with. So I don't know what we've got here. I guess the charger is about as good as it gets. And so we've got a zoom there. We can switch between video and still. Got our settings down the bottom for photo settings, so we can change the resolution and so on. Change it up to 5 meg. There we go. Come back and let's just take a quick snap. There we go. And that automatic flash has come on. So pretty quick as well, actually, in taking the photos. Some handsets and indeed some cameras take a while to actually pick that up. Games, have we got anything pre-installed? Doesn't appear so. There's nothing already on there. We've got our connection set up, HTC stuff. So let's see what we've got in here. We've got weather, which is just refreshing. There we go. So we've got weather, stock, news, and back to weather. So we can add stuff in there as well. Your Bing search, and we'll come back out there. Maps all looks at messaging for text messaging and so forth. And there we go, settings, store. It's got the store and wallet down the bottom there as well. So you kind of get the idea of that. So out of here, let's go back. We've got a local scout. Kids corner, tell me roughly where it thinks I am. Top here, you've got your email application, so you can set up your email, be it Exchange or Office 365 or POP3 and IMAP accounts, Google Mail, Yahoo Mail, etc. We'll go ahead and set one of those up later. Then we have Internet Explorer. We'll just use the recommended settings for that. So rather than going to HTC site, let's go to ours and have a look. There we go, come up with a suggestion of our site anyway. That's excellent. So there we go, page is loaded or loading. Yep, so pretty quick page load, obviously using broadband and Wi-Fi, so that's obviously a little bit of a cheat, but it loaded and rendered pretty quickly. We can squiz through. Incidentally, the rendering is a bit different. If you're used to an Android or even an iPhone device, the rendering is slightly different, the text is slightly different. It just has a bit of a different look and feel because obviously we're using the Internet Explorer rendering there as well. And double tap to zoom in, double tap to zoom out, 2 fingers as well, and a reasonably quick switch between the landscape and portrait orientation. And the browser seems fairly nippy, quite quick at although it shrinks down, that's kind of fun. Quite quick at scrolling and rotating and so forth. So that's all there. The messaging up the top there, we can get into, on here. We can go into the store. We can have a look at apps and different apps that are available. So we can see the top 3 apps, which, well, typical really. I suppose we shouldn't be surprised that Facebook and YouTube are among the top apps anyway. So they can be added, downloaded and installed. and you can add additional pages and panels on here as well. Local scout, let's take a look at that. I'm not 100%. Oh, so we can find places to eat and drink, see and do, shop, and so on in the local area. That's kind of fun. I guess that's associated with big maps. People, well, again, I don't have anything set up, so that would be our contacts. It's telling me about getting set up and everything as you do, so I'll do that later. Get your media, music collection, download new music, and Xbox Live passes and all that kind of stuff. Music pass. Games, I think we've already popped in and established that we haven't got any, though we can go ahead and try them and install them. And then we have the Office stuff that we've already looked at, that's just another way of getting into it. And then the OneNote quick notes there as well. Pushing the search button takes us into a Bing search, but we can just do it any one time as well, and we can search the whole device for music and media and so on. So that's a quick look at the HTC Windows Phone 8S. We'll have a full review for you coming along over the next couple of weeks. In the meantime, if you want to follow us on Twitter, it's twitter.com/TracyandMatt or facebook.com/TracyandMatt.co.uk. Please use either of those to get in touch, and if you want to ask any questions about this or any other device that we're playing around with at the moment, please do so, or any requests for reviews, that sort of thing, you can do so that way. Or if you want to email us, please go to the website and you can find out how to get in touch. But we'll be back soon with some more videos and reviews on tracyandmatt.co.uk, and for now, thanks for watching.